Melissa, nice to meet you here in Switzerland.
Hello.
Very little step. Auf der Maur is a Switzerland name. Do you know something about your relatives
I
here?
know very much about my relatives and very much about my name
And
from the canton of Schwyz, one of the three oldest families in Schwyz, and the book of the history of the name I have in my house, and I'm very, very, very proud of. I went on a tour of my hometown, well, my family's home in Schwyz, the town of Schwyz, in the canton of Schwyz, and I learned a lot about the wall and about the we were farmers and mercenaries, and we worked very hard to make Switzerland a country. I know a lot about it, and it's an honor to be part of such an ancient Swiss name.
your new album is called Out of Our Minds, but
Yes.
I think at the moment it's absolutely in our minds.
Thank you.
How did you came to this name? And can you, in a few sentences, because you have to go
Yeah.
to the concert,
Okay.
tell us something about
Well,
the history of
so
the album
the-
now?
When I began writing my new record, which was only my second record, and in many ways, I've been playing music a long time, but I'm only a developing artist for my own work. And when I started to write record number 2, I knew I wanted it to be a little bit more conceptual, and I was looking for the center theme of the album. So I was writing songs, and I was liking some of the songs, and then when Out of Our Minds was written, there was this magic way that it came. Some songs, it's like homework. You're working and working and changing, and then other songs just come out like a lightning bolt of da-da-da-da, and all of a sudden I was going, wah, ah, ah, and it just like came flowing out of me, and the words, I never wrote down on a piece of paper, the words just came out. Travel out of our minds into our hearts standing by. Our hearts have been standing by for so long. And I just said it, and I listened back to it, and I thought, that's an interesting message. And then the song sonically also was very, very, very particular. The rhythm, it was one of the first times I was really writing from the bass. I was like, go no 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 no, much more rhythmic than my other things. And then that's when I discovered the center of the record was that song, and that's when I used that as the emotional musical reference for the rest of the record. And as far as what does it mean, some people might think Out of Our Minds means it's bad, you're crazy, but if you listen to it in the context, it's travel out of our minds, an invitation to get the hell out of this thing, because there's this other part of us as a human race, as a group of people. I don't mean like me or just everyone, that we have become a little disconnected from the other side, and if the other, because of our big business and our big political plans, there's a much, we see it with the way we're treating Mother Nature, and people getting less and less connected, more and more detached from Mother Earth, first of all, so that's, in Switzerland it's interesting how the farmers, there's a big connection to your mountains but in general I think it's safe to say that the modern world, people are pretty disconnected from what I am considering the heart side, or the emotional, the spiritual, or the nature side. And so then I realized that even though it's a general topic and it's an ancient topic, I decided that would be sort of my mission in the record, is to invite people to sort of let go. And I've always loved music because it is like a spiritual experience, and so it's letting go of your thoughts and going with the wave of the feeling and the emotions, and in some ways like entering a dream or entering an alternative reality. So that's where Out of Our Minds came from.
Okay,
It's an invitation.
Sorry for the heartbreak. What is the most difficult song for you from the new record to play live? With a bass and to sing, or both?
Well,
It's a little bit uncommon, but...
Yeah. No, I don't mind heartbreak. I'm not singing all of them right now. Like, for example, my duet with Glenn Danzig, Father's Grave, that's probably the most sad. I mean, it's a story about a woman who's lost her father, and through meeting the grave digger that dug her father's grave, she finds a healing. So because I don't have the duet set up, I don't have another man to sing it, but when I come back in the fall, I want to figure out a way that I can do it live with a virtual Danzig singing with me, and that would probably be a heartbreaker, but it's also a very beautiful thing because by writing that song, I was actually looking to heal a big part of my loss of my father. So in some ways, it's a very happy song, and I also got to sing it with my hero, which is a teenage girl dream of mine to join forces with someone who inspired me a lot as a young woman. But I would say that there's a melancholy within all of the songs, but there's also at the reverse of it is always hope. I believe that if you look at the sadness and you look at the darkness, you have easier access to the light and the hope. So I'm not afraid of sad things.
Okay. You have been one of the first artist, musician, who made a special honor to Pete Steele. Sorry if I do that in that short interview, but Pete
Actually,
Steele
that's
was
the sad one.
Yeah.
That is the sad one that Ben is doing the Paranoid tribute cover, and I open it with a cappella. Loving you is like loving the dead. And that actually brings tears to my eyes a little bit. And it was because I was in the volcano. I was not in the volcano, but Peter Steele, I think, was in the volcano. I was in Finland the day that the volcano went off in Iceland, which was the day that Peter Steele died. And Peter Steele was part Icelandic, and I had this flash of I could see that his spirit went down into the underworld and was leaving the world with this volcano. And that day at Soundcheck in Finland, I decided to do a tribute, and now it's in the set because I love it so much and I love him. And that's a tragic human story. That's a man who lost his way, and he left too early because he lost his way to love or to human relationships or whatever it is. And I feel like protective to people like that who gave so much in music but lost so much in their personal. Speak your Deutsch?
Deutsch,
Nein.
English.
No, I can't do any of it. I play music to connect with my people in Switzerland. My blood is half Swiss, and it's been too long since I've been here. And I am here tonight in Zurich, but I am going to come back again and again because a big part of my heart lives in Switzerland, in those magic mountains. And I will come back to find you in person again. So if I don't see you tonight, I see you then. And thank you very, very much for listening. Sprechen die Schweizerdeutsch? Nein, I am Melissa auf der Maur.